Samsung is about to do something it has never done before. And if you're sitting on an older foldable, or even considering jumping into the foldable category for the first time, what we are about to cover could completely change the math on your next purchase. The Galaxy Z Fold 8 Ultra is real. The leaks are stacking up fast. And the biggest surprise is not the display or the chip. It is the fact that Samsung may be splitting this lineup into two separate products, a standard Fold 8 and an all-new Ultra tier. That decision alone has massive implications for your buying decision and your budget. Let's get straight to the numbers that matter. Early analyst estimates and supply chain reports are pointing to a starting price somewhere between $1,899 and $2,099 for the Ultra model in the United States. That puts it firmly above the current Galaxy Z Fold 7, which is expected to anchor closer to the $1,799 range. Yes, this is a premium investment, but the question is not whether it costs more. The question is whether the upgrade is actually worth what Samsung is asking. And that answer is genuinely more complicated than most people are giving it credit for. Here's where things get very interesting. Samsung is reportedly partnering with Google on a deeper AI integration than anything we have seen in a foldable to date. We are not talking about the basic Galaxy AI features that shipped on the S25 series. We are talking about real-time multimodal processing, the ability to use both the cover screen and the inner display simultaneously as separate AI-driven workspaces. Think of it as a dual-brain workflow built directly into the hardware. For professionals and creators, that is not a gimmick. That is a genuine productivity upgrade that competing foldables, including the Google Pixel 9 Pro Fold and the OnePlus Open 2, are not positioned to match right now. But let us talk about the chip first, because this is where the generational leap becomes real. The Fold 8 Ultra is expected to run on the Snapdragon 8 Elite Gen 2, the next revision of Qualcomm's flagship mobile processor. Early benchmark estimates from supply chain analysts suggest a 20 to 28% CPU improvement over the Snapdragon 8 Elite that powers the current Fold 7. In real-world terms, that means heavy video exports that currently take 4 minutes on the Fold 6 could complete in under 2.5 minutes on the Fold 8 Ultra. For creators working in the field, that gap is not marginal. That is an entirely different workflow. Gaming performance is projected to follow a similar trajectory, with GPU gains estimated between 18 and 22%. Titles that currently struggle to sustain 120 frames per second on the inner display at full resolution are expected to hold that target consistently on the Fold 8 Ultra's thermal system, which has reportedly been redesigned with a larger vapor chamber and improved graphite layering. Most buyers comparing spec sheets are completely missing this one detail. The display upgrade on the Fold 8 Ultra is not just about resolution or brightness. Leaks point to a shift in the inner display's crease depth, specifically a new hinge mechanism that Samsung has reportedly been engineering for 3 development cycles. If accurate, the Fold 8 Ultra's inner crease will be the least visible Samsung has ever shipped. That matters enormously for long-term ownership. The crease has been the single most cited friction point in foldable ownership. Reducing it meaningfully changes how the device feels to use every single day. For context, the Huawei Mate X6 and the Honor Magic V3 have both pushed this boundary aggressively in international markets. Samsung has been watching, and the Fold 8 Ultra appears to be their direct answer. Now here is the part that changes the entire buying picture. The camera system on the Fold 8 Ultra is expected to pull directly from the Galaxy S25 Ultra's imaging DNA. We are looking at a rumored 200-megapixel primary sensor, a 50-megapixel ultra-wide, and a periscope telephoto with 10x optical zoom. On the current Fold 7, the telephoto tops out at 3x optical. That jump from 3x to 10x optical is not a small upgrade. That is the kind of change that genuinely replaces a camera bag item for travel photographers and content creators. Add Samsung's expected pro-visual engine improvements, and you have a foldable that can legitimately compete with the iPhone 16 Pro Max and the Galaxy S25 Ultra in real-world camera performance. Not just on paper, but in actual shooting conditions. And this is the part that almost nobody is talking about. Battery capacity in the Fold 8 Ultra is reportedly stepping up to 5,000 milliamp hours, a meaningful jump from the 4,400 milliamp hour cell in the Fold 6 and the incremental increase expected in the standard Fold 7. Combine that with the efficiency gains from the Snapdragon 8 Elite Gen 2's new low-power architecture and real-world all-day battery life on a device with a 7.9-inch inner display suddenly becomes a realistic expectation rather than a marketing promise. Wired charging is expected to hit 65 watts, cutting full charge times to roughly 45 to 50 minutes. Wireless charging is projected at 15 watts with reverse wireless charging included. For a device this size, that charging profile is competitive with anything on the market right now. So who does the math actually work for? Let us be direct. If you're currently using a Galaxy Z Fold 4 or Fold 5, the Fold 8 Ultra represents a genuinely compelling upgrade. You're looking at processor gains in the 40 to 60% range over those generations, a dramatically improved camera system, a refined crease, and a battery that can finally keep pace with a full professional day. Spending $1,999 to extend your high-performance ownership window by 3 to 4 years works out to roughly $40 to $50 per month. For a device that serves as your phone, your tablet, and increasingly your portable workstation, that investment makes sense. If you're on a Galaxy Z Fold 6 or Fold 7, the picture is different. The chip upgrade is real, but not transformative for most daily tasks. The camera is the strongest argument for upgrading from the Fold 6. If imaging quality matters to your workflow, and you currently find yourself reaching for a dedicated camera, the move to the Fold 8 Ultra has a defensible case. For Fold 7 owners, waiting is the smarter financial decision unless the camera or crease improvements are specifically what is holding back your current experience. For first-time foldable buyers, here is the honest assessment. The Fold 8 Ultra at a projected $1,999 to $2,099 is a serious financial commitment. The Google Pixel 9 Pro Fold will likely land around $1,799 and offers a more refined software experience backed by Google's AI infrastructure. The OnePlus Open 2, expected around $1,499, will deliver exceptional value for buyers who do not need Samsung's ecosystem depth. Choosing the Fold 8 Ultra over these alternatives is a decision that needs to be grounded in specific workflow needs, not spec sheet comparisons alone. If you live inside Samsung's ecosystem, Galaxy Watch, Galaxy Buds, DeX, SmartThings, the Fold 8 Ultra's ecosystem advantage compounds its value in ways that raw benchmark numbers cannot capture. Professionals who carry both a phone and a tablet daily are the clearest case for this device. Replacing two devices with one premium experience, especially with the AI-driven dual-screen workflows Samsung appears to be building, removes both cost and friction from a daily carry. At $1,999, a phone and a tablet purchased separately at comparable quality levels would cost more. That math actually works in the Fold 8 Ultra's favor. Casual users who primarily browse social media and stream content should not be spending $2,000 on any device. The standard Galaxy Z Fold 7 or even the Galaxy Z Flip 7 will serve that use case at a significantly better price-to-value ratio. Here is the final call. Buy the Fold 8 Ultra if you're a professional, creator, or power user upgrading from a Fold 4, Fold 5, or Fold 6, and you need camera performance, sustained processing power, and AI-driven multitasking in a single premium device. Upgrade from the Fold 6 if the telephoto jump from 3x to 10x optical matters to your daily workflow. That alone closes the case. Wait if you own a Fold 7 or are comfortable in your current setup. The Fold 9 generation, likely 18 months out, will almost certainly bring under-display camera improvements and next-generation hinge technology that make this an even harder decision to delay. Skip it entirely if you're a casual user, if you do not use Samsung's ecosystem, or if the $2,000 investment creates financial pressure. The alternatives at $1,499 to $1,799 will meet your needs without the premium overhead.